Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Waterfall Live, the Chicago Invasion. We're super excited to have some great guests from Chicago. Before we begin, the city of Hamilton and surrounding areas is situated upon the traditional territories of the Erie, Neutral, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas. This land is covered by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, which was an agreement between the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe to share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. We further acknowledge that this land is covered by the Between the Lakes Purchase of 1792 between the Crown and the Mississaugas of the Great First Nation. Today, the city of Hamilton and surrounding areas are home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we recognize that we must do more to learn about the rich history of the land so that we can better understand our roles as residents, neighbors, partners, and caretakers. We stand in solidarity with murdered, missing Indigenous women, girls, transgender, and Two-Spirit people. Everything raised today is going to go to benefit our chosen charities this year. This year, Reign 27 has 4 charities, the first being Pride Niagara out of the Niagara region, Spectrum from Waterloo, the Hamilton Regional Indian Center, and McMaster Children's Hospital Foundation Adolescent Medicine Outpatient Gender Diversity Clinic. And now, without further ado, I would like to bring in... Oh no, first I'm going to tell you how to give me money. That's right, we do this so that you will give me money. There are 2 ways for you to give us money. If you're from the Canadas, we would like you to donate via e-transfer to waterfallempire@gmail.com. And from anybody from south of the border, we would like you to donate with paypal.me/waterfallempire. And now, please welcome my lovely and beautiful co-host, looking pretty in pink, the lovely and talented Empress, Miss Drew. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. You look fantastic tonight. Okay. How was your day?
It was long, but it's done now. Almost, right?
Almost.
Almost.
A few hours to go.
One thing left to do. Just this.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah.
I know. Me too. We're back.
I know. 2 weeks in a row. They let us 2 weeks in a row. What the heck? Who planned this? Stephanie?
I don't know. I feel like Katana is playing a joke on us. But Katana will be back soon. But right now, Mr. and I are going to hold the fort down for a little bit.
Awesome. I'm so excited for tonight's theme, Chicago. I've been 5 years ago, I started going to Chicago, and I met some amazing people. So many great times there, and I'm so excited to catch up with them, especially during COVID. We can't travel, so these online shows are just fantastic. So
absolutely. Excellent. I have not ever been to Chicago, so I'm really excited to meeting some new people.
Next year we're going. I think their coronation is November, October.
Absolutely. Let's make a plan. You and me, we're going, right?
Done. Yeah, the Windy City. I'm going to bring extra bobby pins.
Awesome. My hair will never look better. I'll just put in some stuff, let the wind take it, and it'll be good.
Yes.
Awesome. So, sorry, I'm totally lost.
I'm going to say hi to people at home. We have Peggy's in the house from Buffalo. We got Kirsten Glass. Hi, folks.
I am on the wrong. I see Victor. I see Dwayne. I feel like I'm on Romper Room, and I see Peggy. So everybody, make sure you say hi. I see Crystal Carter. There you go. You look amazing as always. Our Grand Duchess, 27.
Oh, actually, before we do that, I just looked at our script, and thank you so much, Stephanie Weiss, for making us a great great script. This event you have coming up very soon. I love it. Tell us about it. No
Do we have
adults.
a picture?
No adults.
Oh, Lord.
What is this? Tell me.
Okay. This is coming up like on Saturday. So what is happening? And I have made some posts asking for people to send in performances to fill some time and just to remind them to have their money ready and possibly throw out a couple thoughts and prayers for me. Because what is happening is I'm getting together with Emperor Buckwild. And as you know, Emperor Buckwild is one of my close friends. And he's not always nice to me, but it is what it is. So what we've decided to do with no adult supervision, he is going to come up with a task for me to do. I'm going to set the donation rate. Once we hit that donation level, I have no choice but to do whatever it is that Buck has asked me to do, which doesn't sound all that horrible, but I mean, polar bear dips have been thrown around, and that's terrifying to me. However, I did get one piece of advice from Buck today. I said, did you want to tell me about some of these things so maybe we can prepare? Like, do I need to bring anything? You know, do we need to set things up? His only words of advice were wear clean boxers.
Okay. All right. So actually, they've been here today, and so I've received some Amazon packages that I'm not supposed to open. I'm not supposed to tell you what they are, but girl.
Wear clean boxers. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, I mean, do I have to worry about an ambulance being called? Like, I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. So everybody who's out there, if you get a chance, tune in. Like, we're going all day. We're going to go from noon till 5 or until a major injury occurs. And so we're going to try and raise some money. Clean boxers, not white, says Victor. Yes, thank you. I think that's always probably a plus. I'm terrified, and I feel like I might need to bring backups. Yeah, I'm not at all excited. And I'm excited all at the same time. You
got this. Let's get on with this show.
Awesome. Now, I think we want to just remind people about our Betty White challenge that's going on right now, the late, great Betty White. We're asking any of our members to donate just $5 if you can, or if you can more. You can send it to the Waterfall Empire, or you can donate it directly to the Hamilton and Burlington SPCA, and then post that you've donated. You know, like hashtag Betty White Challenge, hashtag I donated. Do it on the court page, and we've put out this challenge to all of the Diamond Courts, and it looks like for sure London's taken us up on it, and I think even Connecticut might be doing it. So we would really love it if people would donate on behalf of Betty White.
So amazing.
Yeah, I agree. So are we ready?
I'm excited. Yes.
We have a clock. I don't know what this means, but we do have a clock, a team waterfall clock.
Yeah, so if you do hear a ding dong throughout the broadcast, which I'm going to go wind that clock now, just type hashtag Team Waterfall Empire, and we want to see the first person. It was gifted to us from our late founding member, Robin Sophia Daring, who had a lot of great times in Chicago, and I do believe, according to Scott Turner, they're still picking up her feathers from the Friday night bus tour, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Just showed up in the comments as well that Buffalo is also expected to make those donations to the Betty White Challenge.
Nice.
So excellent.
Cool.
All of our fur members. Can we call them fur members? We are having a pet investiture coming up too. I think that's next week. So we really will have fur members by next week. Pretty excited about it. So yeah, if anybody's interested for the pet investiture, send in pictures of your pets as well as a donation of $10, and it gets your pet a royal title decreed by I think it's Princess Ruby and Prince Winston. Mm-hmm. So awesome. Are we ready for our first guest?
Yes, we are.
Do you want to go ahead and bring on that first guest?
Sure. Please welcome all the way from Chicago, the reigning Empress, Duncan. How you doing?
Hey, how are you guys?
We are fantastic. You're looking dapper.
Oh, thank you very much. It's so awesome to be here with you guys tonight.
Excellent, excellent. Congratulations on being elected the first Emprex of Chicago.
Thank you. And you are the current Emprex up there, are you not?
I am. First one.
And the first one. I thought so. So congratulations to yourself as well.
There's another Emprex in Canada whose non-performing name is also Nathan. So I feel at one point in time we'll be able to say that all the Emprexes of Canada have been Nathans.
Yes, when you step down, maybe.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about your journey during the election process and how you educated the community on what an Emprex was.
So, oh gosh, it has really been a chore, to be honest with you, because I don't know. I guess sometimes we get in ourselves and our own how we view things and don't realize how many people don't actually know what the non-binary, gender fluid person is. So when I got here to Chicago, my first question to our court was about, oh Lord, my first question to our court was about if we had a gender fluid or gender neutral positions, and we didn't. So, I started at home and talking to Empress Davida, who's here, along with our other board of directors and college members about what being gender fluid was all about and how important that I felt it was for us to open our doors and be more inclusive to those of us who don't identify as male or female or solely either or. So that's how we started it. And thanks to, the open arms and acceptingness of the Court of Chicago, I was allowed to run for the position of Emprex. They changed our bylaws and our SOPs to add not just the Emprex title, but we added a complete third line so that anyone who would like to participate not only as a monarch but also as a line member could also participate as a gender neutral. And immediately we had 2 individuals that joined the court and are currently in my line that we invested last Friday. So I think it was proof in the pudding, so to speak, that it was a good thing and a needed thing to do. So I can't thank the board and the college enough for allowing us to keep pace with the times and truly embrace the diversity of our community.
Excellent. So what are the terms that you're using in Chicago for the next step down, like instead of prince or princess? Or
so we have princette, which can be used as anybody, and then we have baroness, and most of our titles, with the exception of princette, added the X as most people do for the gender fluid and non-binary.
Perfect.
What does the A stand for? The A initial in your name. What does that stand for?
So I have a very long name. So my entire name is Duncan Alexander Michael Louis Stewart. So for, everything short that I'm not buying anything for, it's Duncan A. And that's Alana.
Does the A ever stand for Alana?
Well, it hasn't ever, but it may in the future.
So when did you start doing drag?
I started doing drag. I came out when I was, I was kind of thrown out when I was 18 in more ways than one, actually when I was 16. And I started working at a bar in Valdosta, Georgia called Club Paradise, which is still there, although it's a strip club now, and they have alternative night instead of it being a gay bar. But I fell into the drag crowd when I started working there. Drag queens and entertainers had always absolutely fascinated me. When I was younger and much thinner and had long hair, I was oftentimes mistaken for as a girl. And so that kind of, I was in theater and all of that. So it just was something that I was naturally drawn to. And when I started working at the bar, the girls kind of took me under their wing. They knew that I wanted to start doing drag. So it was, what was it? When did Princess Diana die? 97? I think it was 97. But anyway, it was that year. We had a pageant called the Miss Gay Valdosta pageant. And I wasn't going to be in the pageant, but I was going to make my debut at the pageant. So, and I was going to call myself Diana. But when Princess Diana, who was just, I idolized, when she passed away, I couldn't bring myself to do that. So I was driving down the road one day and the name Alana popped into my head, and that's what it's been ever since, at least the first name.
Excellent. That's fantastic. So you're also the first active duty and first serving air elected as monarch in Chicago. Is
Correct.
that okay? Well, thank you for serving us in the U.S. Navy for 22 years, and congratulations on your promotion in 2019. So what is your current rank?
So I'm an E7, which is Chief Petty Officer. My rank, my rate, or my job in the Navy is a hospital corpsman, which is pretty much like a nurse.
Mm-hmm. So there's more to it than just driving boats like this.
Oh yeah.
We have no
Although I did qualify to do that when I was on my first ship.
Really, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Now, going back 22 years, that made you part of DADT, which for those who are watching that don't know what that stands for, that's Don't Ask, Don't Tell. How have things changed for you since the U.S. got rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell?
I can only say that it has changed for the better, and not necessarily, things that you may see every day, but if you didn't serve under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, there's absolutely no way that our young LGBTQ plus youth could understand the anxiety that you felt when you were under that, because all somebody had to do was accuse you, and there was an investigation, and it could cost you your career. So just the mental health alone that it brings to be able to be more of who you are and serve the country is very settling, at least to me, to not have that anxiety hanging over my head. Plus, honor and things like that are big deals to a lot of people in the military who have made this a career. And to not be able to, or to have to lie about who you are in order to serve the country, it kind of goes against the grain of that honor that is ingrained in so many of us.
Right. Well, and now you get to live authentically wherever you are. Right.
Yes.
That's amazing. So fantastic. So, outside of your local chapter of the ICS, you were once involved with the Imperial Court of San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And what lineage were you was there a non-binary lineage there?
So at the time, there was not a non-binary. When I joined the Imperial Court, I joined under the female line. And, with me coming up and growing, not only, within the ICS, but also as a person, I never felt like there was a title for me, because I felt just as comfortable presenting as a boy as I did presenting as a girl, which is why I call myself gender fluid, because I feel that best suits me, as far as that I can present either way, because I feel equally both. But I did join the San Diego line in the female line. And then I was given the title of Imperial Crown Princess during the 36th reign by Empress Chantal. And it wasn't until later, due to deployments and things like that with the military, and after the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, that I was able to consider running for a title position of monarch. And I wanted to be able to serve the court and in the military. And because of my military obligations, I decided to try it as PR. And I had intended to run as princess, but we had a wonderful woman who was a part of our court who wanted to run for princess. And I didn't know her very well at the time, but now she's one of my most beloved best friends, Ricky Brown. And so I had a conversation with the Queen Mother and said, you know, this is how I feel. And since that is how it is, you know, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to run for the position of prince. That way we will have a full house in regards to title holders here in our court. And, you know, I think that I could serve as prince just as well as a princess. And so she was, you know, very enthusiastic about the idea. And so that's how I became a Prince Royale instead of a Princess Royale.
Excellent. I'm happy that you feel comfortable presenting both ways. I, on the other hand, feel that I'm somewhere in between because I'm just as uncomfortable presenting both ways.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same thing, I think. Okay, so is that in San Diego? Is that where you started in the court then? Is that your...
That was, yes, that was back in, I moved to San Diego in 2007. I actually transferred there from Great Lakes, which is where I'm stationed at now. And then I met Nicole at a public, the Queen Mother, I'm sorry, I met her at a public gathering, and you know, she knew that I was military and asked me if I'd ever thought about the court system, and I didn't know what that was. So she told me all about it, and I was very interested. And then I was at a local bar, the Red Wing, which is was one of our favorite haunts there in San Diego, and I met the reigning Empress at the time, Empress Norman, and soon to be, or well, she would follow as Empress Selena Diamond. And they talked to me a lot about the imperial court system too. So I came to their first general membership meeting, and that's when I joined the court. And that's a long story, but
and you've been like a solid member ever since. Just
yep.
Pretty much just it. That's fantastic. That's so fantastic. So we did some creeping of your Facebook page.
I see.
We found out that you once lived in Italy, and a few other places. Anywhere else other than the US that you've lived?
So let's see. Italy was my first duty station. I was stationed there for 3 years in a little town called La Maddalena, which is off the coast of Sardinia. I lived in the UK for a while. I was stationed in Bahrain, which is in the Middle East. I was also stationed in Japan.
Lovely.
So, and that's about it for living overseas. I've done a lot of travel with the military overseas, but I've lived in those places.
So if you had to pick a favorite place you've lived and favorite place you've visited.
Favorite place I've visited. Well, actually, favorite place I ever lived would be the UK. I had a beautiful home about 45 minutes outside of London in a little town called Dorking, and it's in Surrey. And my favorite place that I have visited, probably Timor-Leste, actually. It's a very tiny island that is famous for its coffee beans. They sell a lot of their coffee beans to Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
But it's very tiny. It's a tropical rainforest almost all over the island. I visited there in 2016 when I went on the Pacific Partnership, which is a humanitarian mission to the South Pacific. And the beauty of the land and the people, their culture, it was just amazing to me. And yeah, I would go back there in a heartbeat.
It sounds beautiful, incredible. My goodness. Moving on. So you're very active in the Chicago court. You're the reigning Emprex. You're also you're on the ICC council. How's that going for you?
So I love being on the ICC. Council is amazing. I love to be a part of the national and international initiatives that we work with to put out to people on a more broad basis about what the imperial courts do with, as not only as us as the ICC, but the ICS as a whole, and to be able to teach them our history and about Mama Jose. And, both her and the Queen Mother have been activists for their entire lives for the LGBTQ community, the Latino community, transgendered individuals, other minorities. It's just amazing because you talk to these people, and the Queen Mother is much better at it than I am. You see her talk to these people, not just giving a speech, but on a personal basis and telling them our history. And, I'm just as mesmerized by it as they are, learning from a source like that. It's just amazing.
So being the reigning Empress of Chicago, what are you most looking forward to during your reign?
So my goal and my Empress's goal, of course, we want to raise money. We're going to do everything that we can to, help our local charity, which we chose, which was a food bank. Grocery Land is what its name is. And but our main focus is growing the Court of Chicago. I wish Scott was here because he always calls the Imperial Court of Chicago Chicago's best kept secret. And I can understand why he says that sometimes because, we do so much good and we do so much for our community here, but there's a lot of people that don't really know about us. So getting out there and spreading the word is very important to us, and getting new blood into our court here. I know that it's been a challenge for all courts within the ICS to draw in new membership, and it's so difficult because, as the Queen Mother loves to say, we're not the only game in town anymore. And people have lots of choices, but a lot of people are fascinated not only by the good charity works and noble deeds that we do, but the whole royalty aspect of it. And I'm so pleased to say that out of the line members that both myself and my Empress have this year, we have 5 brand new to never been a part of a court before. So, a lot of people say that's, so small, but for us, that's amazing. And every little bit helps, you know what I mean? To help take you that one step further.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Sorry, go ahead, Nathan.
No, I was just going to ask him about his charities for this year. Let our watchers know who you're raising money for.
So we decided to only choose one charity this year. So our focus is on Grocery Land. It's a local community food bank that anyone in the community, not just LGBTQ, but anyone can come to if they need food. So as you can imagine, with the pandemic going on for as long as it seems like it's never going to stop, but and so many people being out of work, they have strained their pantries to the bare shelves. So we are trying our best to help them. The reason we wanted to only do one is because of our outreach aspect this year. We are trying to approach other groups to work with us on things. So we wanted to be able to pull those groups in. For example, there is the Chicago Bridge Project. Excuse me. there's this Chicago Bridge Project, and they put together hygiene baskets and also bagged lunches and take them and distribute them to the homeless throughout the city of Chicago. So we actually helped. It wasn't a court event because it wasn't our court charity. They're not classified as court events here. But we did do a show for the Bridge Project at Christmas time, and we raised $1,000 for or I think it was over $1,000. I think it was $1,100 for them to help them buy supplies and stuff that they needed.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
We do have, I'll just put a plug in. As part of our investiture, we put together an investiture auction. It is listed on the ImperialWindyCityCourt.org. So you could go there or to my Facebook page, and there's a link. We have jewelry, a laptop, a year subscription to Microsoft Office, and all kinds of things on there that is part of our investiture fundraiser. So if anybody wants to check that out, please do so.
Absolutely. Do you have any other events coming up, virtual or in person?
So we are going to be doing some virtual fundraisers, virtual shows. I did one before that was very successful, and we're hoping to continue that. One of our members, Lord Ninja, she was the ICP last year. She does a March Madness every year. It's 40 in 4. So she does charities, a different charity every week to help them raise items that they need for whatever they're doing. And then on the 21st, which is next Friday, we are hosting our Empire 17 kickoff show, which is a variety show. It will be broadcast live on Facebook from the Imperial Windy City's Facebook platform. We have gone to, and actually it was Lord Ninja who kind of launched us into the virtual, the world of virtual performing and shows and stuff. But since then, and since it was so successful, we have been, almost every show we have started broadcasting through Facebook so that everyone can see, the show. And if they'd like to make a donation, that's great too.
Awesome. Amazing to catch up with you, Duncan. My goodness, it's so nice to have two Empress. It's like the Empress in the middle here.
I know, yay!
I'm very, very lucky because I'm going to be Nathan. Have you made a decision? Are you going to be joining me in San Diego?
Give me one more day.
One more day.
I'm so afraid to fly. I'm so afraid to fly.
Well, don't forget, you can put a save the date in for November of 2022 will be Chicago's coronation.
I think
we do not have a date nailed down yet. We're in the process of getting that, but it is usually the weekend. I'll just say it's usually the weekend before Thanksgiving. So if you guys kind of want to like save the date for that, we would love to see you in Chicago again.
All right, Drew and I have a date underneath a conference table somewhere in Chicago.
We did. As long as there's no deer. I have bad luck with deer coming home from Chicago.
Oh, I haven't seen deer in the city. Now, if you're in North Chicago where I live, there are loads of deer, but not in the city.
Your Majesty, it's so nice to see you. I'll see you for sure in a few weeks. I know I'm going to talk Nathan into it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes, I really hope to see you. And Nathan, if you can get to San Diego, we would love to have you. I also would just like to, if you don't mind, put in a plug for the Queen Mother's state dinner. It is her 15-year anniversary state dinner. It's going to be held in San Diego on the 4th. And the time, I wrote it down, so I got it right. The time is 5:30 to 8 p.m. It will be held at the Marriott Mission Valley, which is a host hotel for San Diego's 50th coronation. And tickets for the state dinner and also for San Diego's coronation are on the Imperial Court de San Diego website if you guys haven't gotten yours yet.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Awesome. That was wonderful. He's fantastic.
Yeah,
You're fantastic. I'm horrible at pronouns. That should be better. Yeah, it was very nice to meet them.
You know, it's wonderful because I met him through the
Yeah.
Queen Mother. He was doing some filming for the Queen Mother. I'm not even sure if we've actually met in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't. But we're online. They're like this whole virtual world. It's really brought some great opportunities.
You know, I'll say this much. I mean, I know the pandemic in the last 2 years has really brought everybody to a virtual point, but the court's always kind of been like that. Like ever since we've had these platforms, we know a lot of people via Facebook.
Yeah. Should we go on to the next guest, Your Majesty?
Can I just address one question that was in the chat room while that was happening? I believe that I don't know. It says Facebook user on our end, so I don't know who asked it. And they were asking about if the ICS have gender neutral titles. And I think you might have stepped in just after Duncan had mentioned it. And yes, a lot of the courts are adopting them. The ICS as a whole doesn't have anything specific, but each different chapter is implementing their own. For example, here we have quite a few, but just to name a few: Emprex and Prin, instead of Prince or Princess or Emperor or Empress.
And I do know as a member of the council as well, actually had a great meeting today with John Ribson and Jaylene Time. And the inclusive verbiage is going to be definitely in the spotlight going forward to this term. So it's going to be great to watch this layout.
Excellent. Awesome. So did you want to bring on our next guest?
I do. She's my sister. I'm going to call myself the younger sister. She's going to call herself the younger one. We'll see. I'm just joking. I love her so much. I met her about 10 years ago. She's been a huge supporter of the Waterfall Court because she travels to Hamilton quite often to our celebrations. So please welcome, I believe she still holds the Queen Mother title for Chicago, the Windy City Empress Davida. Hi.
Welcome.
Who's the younger one tonight? You or me?
Oh, honey, I just the Tuesday I celebrated my 54th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yes. So yeah, 54 years young. I thank God every day I still wake up and I can look like this.
There's a cupcake for you.
There you go. Yes, thank you. I'm so honored to be here, and it's so good to see my fellow sisters and brothers and everybody from the Waterfall Empire. It's been a long time.
It has been, and I'm so excited to hear you're also going to be traveling to San Diego in a few weeks. That's wonderful.
Yes, I kind of made that decision just the other day. I got talked into that too. So
see, Davida got talked into it, Nathan.
I know.
So Nathan, you should think about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
I'm definitely thinking about it. I'm just concerned about flying. I don't know what it is. Something in my head.
Flying is safe. I've flown actually last July. Went to Mexico to see my boyfriend who lives in Mexico, and I've flown home. So it's just a matter of just wearing your mask and just being safe. And I think hats off to our flight attendants and pilots and those that are on that front line every day flying. They make sure that we are safe. So I have anxiety issues similar to that, but I can reassure you, you'll be fine.
I just have to talk myself into it. I just flew in November. I was on a plane twice, I think. So yeah, I'll get over it. So let's get off of that subject and on to a new one. How did you get involved in the ICS and the Chicago Court?
Oh boy. That goes way back to our early days. And as the Waterfall Empire started off, we were as a barony. This is back when our founder, Mama Jose, in a new chapter of the ICS wants to be part of it. You were known as a barony. And I was part of the Illinois Gay Rodeo Association that had ties with the barony at the time. And I'm a former Mr. Illinois Gay Rodeo. And so that's kind of how I started to get involved, because the current baron, for the baronies, it was a baron and baroness. And actually later on, my late Empress, she ran, it was Fabiola the Great and Steve Mother Noakes, who were Baron too, wanted to bridge the Rodeo Association and the court system together in Chicago. And so that's how I got acclimated. I wasn't, I kind of heard about when the barony started and wasn't sure what it was all about, and had all these fancy titles, and until they brought me in and developing fundraising and working with them, that's how I kind of got acclimated. And once I reigned for my 1 year as Mr. Illinois Gay Rodeo, and I did go and compete for the Mr. IGRA title. Didn't get it, but I did come in 6 out of 12 Misters, so I think that's great. I then became more involved with the barony and being Marquee 3 of the barony of Chicago. And then that kind of started where I am today. And this year I'm celebrating 20 years of service for the community within my organization of the Imperial Windy City Court.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. So did you say you reigned how many times?
I am both an emperor and an empress. I was elected as Emperor 2 of the court with Fabiola the Great, and he reigned. Fortunately, I lost my Empress within a couple months after we stepped down. And then I was convinced by Emperor and Empress 5 we were very small. We were a very small organization. We don't have a lot of female line members. We do have a big drag community, but within the drag community, they want to be paid. They want to be paid. They don't do so much of charity. So it's been kind of a rough road for us on the female. We're very male heavy because we can have that. But I was approached, and like 5 minutes before we're supposed to walk in for victory brunch for Emperor and Empress 5, Patrick, Lucy, and Katarina Heights, they were asking if I would be willing to be their ICP. And I said, oh, Imperial Crown Prince. And they're like, Princess. And I'm like, oh, you want me to switch lines? Well, I'd never done drag full time. I did it for camp, for turnabout, for ILGRA, but that was about the only time I've done drag. And so, they said, we really need your support. You know how to fundraise. You're very outgoing. You know things. We really like you to do that. And I had to really contemplate because, you're a monarch, but you're switching from a male to female side. And so I did, have conversation with Donna Dumae, who's my Imperial mother in Dallas, and just kind of get some feedback. And at the end of the day, we need to do for our community. Doesn't matter the title or whether it's male, female, non-gender binary. It's what we can do for our community. And so I accepted and became the Imperial Crown Princess 5, which then led into being elected as Empress 6 of Chicago.
Nice.
And then once I stepped down, I became the head of it was the College of Monarchs. We call it the Council of Monarchs. So we have a chancellor, which was replaced the dean. And we had Emperor 7 leave partly through his reign. And so then it became a college or a council reign because, we just came together. And one of my duties as head of that, I decided because everybody worked hard, I gave them the title of Emperor and Empress 7. Going forward, we didn't have monarchs. We didn't have candidates when it came to after Diamond stepped down as Empress, Absolute Empress 12. So, we had a council meeting. We was like, well, what are we going to do? And nobody really wanted to do it. And it's like, well, we can do a council, but then, well, I don't know. And so it went back and forth. And I just raised my hand and said, I'll do it. I'll become regent. And Scott Turner sat there and go, you know what? That's a lot of work for one person to do, as some of you may know. But I was willing to step up and do the work. And so he stepped up to be regent. So we became regent, Emperor and Empress 13 of the Imperial Court. So I reigned, technically, then you could look at it as I reigned twice as Emperor and twice as Empress. But that's about it. it's time for others to carry that torch and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's all about the communities. What can we do, and what can we use our titles, or our knowledge and our energy, and what we can do, and that's what it really means, is what we can do for the community.
I just want to, I really want to say congratulations on being named Queen Mother of Illinois.
Yes, thank you. That was a very high honor. I want to thank Duncan and Scott Turner. They kind of led the charge. That had to be voted by the board of directors and the council and the membership. And that picture right there was just our last coronation. The Queen Mother crowned me as Queen Mother 1 of all of Illinois. It's as she has told me, it's a lifetime title. Nobody can take it away. The only time they replace me is on my demise, which I thought, oh, great. People might be giving me some apples to eat, probably. But I'm very humbled in receiving that. And then it's just an honor to represent not only my court, but the entire state of Illinois. And like what Duncan was saying earlier, as I'm working with this Empire 17 and their imperial family, and wanting to grow and go out into Illinois and to be seen. Places like in Peoria, Springfield, which is a huge gay population that we haven't tapped on. Joliet and Aurora, which is suburbs of Chicago. And maybe start another court or some dual courts to kind of to build that bridge, for Chicago, and help us grow and be able to be very, very helpful to our community.
So how was coronation this year, and like with COVID and everything? Like how was it, and what were the protocols?
With COVID this year, again, I was a ball chair. I was chairperson again. That was my 6th year. But I said I wasn't going to do it, but it's because of the 20th anniversary. So we celebrated our Emerald Gala, which is our 20 years of servicing our community. But we also had our first state visit since Barony 2, when Absolute Empress 1, Mama Jose, came at that time. So it's been a long time since we've had a state visit. So we were very honored to have the Queen Mother there. I worked diligently with the hotel. The Sheraton Suite Chicago O'Hara has been amazing. They've just been outstanding. It's our 2nd year to the hotel. We're hoping that the board of directors will approve. I've worked hard to get a 3-year contract with them, so we're still discussing that. So hopefully we will have a date and a place. But we were honored to have the Queen Mother, but we also worked very hard in making sure that we abide by all COVID restrictions, not only with the hotel, but whatever the CDC, the Cook County, state of Illinois, city of Chicago, pretty much, it's the so everybody had to wear masks when they're in public places, out in the court, in the hotel, walking to the rooms and stuff. But once we're in our own hospitality or the vendor market or even in the ballroom, we were able to take our masks off if you so do choose. It was everybody has their own different comfort level, and we want to honor and respect that. So we had a little over 100 people that attended at our coronation, which we were thrilled, especially at the state that we were running in. But we also had this year, we had a tea with the Queen Mother, which was something a little bit different, which she was thrilled, where people were able to sit and get to know the Queen Mother a little bit better on a more intimate one-on-one, but also be able to ask questions. And it was a very open discussion on that. And I was running around doing a lot of stuff that day, so I couldn't do that. But I did have the honor of spending the day Friday with the Queen Mother, showing her sights of Chicago and being there and talking and having that one-on-one and really getting to know the head of our international court system. And that is a rare opportunity when you can have just kind of that one-on-one with her. So it was an amazing weekend. It was a celebration of Earl Kane, who reigned for 2 years. Some courts they decided, well, we'll just end one reign, even though it's a pandemic and we move forward. But we decided that because our coronations in November, our imperial family really didn't get to start anything in 2020 when the shutdowns and the pandemic hit. And so they didn't even have their opportunity to do things. And so again, like all other courts, we had to scramble and figure out how are we going to raise money? How are we going to outreach to our community? How are we going to be viable during this time? And like a lot of courts like yourself, we had to switch gears and start doing things virtually.
Awesome.
Drew knows a little something about reigning a couple years in a row.
You've had a few years under your belt there, Ms. Drew.
That's why I wear such a tight corset. Davida, it's so nice to connect with you. I miss you. You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Well, I miss you guys too. And like I said, I really hope that everything calms down. So hopefully you guys can have coronation again. I always love coming to Hamilton. Your hospitality is the most. I've always been so well taken care of when I come in. You really do take care of your guests. I always enjoy. I always have some fun, and I always just stay a couple days later, because you always have a nice barbecue. We had that pool party that one year, and it's just and for those that have never been to Hamilton for coronation, when they able to have a live coronation, please go. It is so much fun. There's a lot of us from the states that do come in and support, and as our brother court to Chicago, we have that relationship and I'm hoping that we would love to see you guys again in Chicago again for our coronation.
Sister, you take it easy. I'll see you in a few weeks, and hopefully Nathan will too.
Yes, I look forward to it. We'll reconnect.
Yes.
And I wish you all the best of luck during your reign.
Thank you so much.
Not me. That's you, not me.
I know. Thank you too. That was fantastic. She's lovely.
Incredible. Yeah, just so much knowledge and so much history. Yes, it's great. Love it.
Awesome. So we are at the point of our show where we are going to highlight one of our members. Do you want to do this? Do you want I do this? Should we share this?
I did it last week, so you do it this week.
All right. Okay. Well, this week's member highlight is Faith Austin, who is in the back room helping us out right now. Born and raised in Kitchener, Ontario, Faith is a person of passion for many humanitarian causes, participating every year in the Kitchener Day of Kindness, volunteering to raise money at Christmas for various local charities, participates in events for the Kitchener Humane Society, and in 2020 became involved with the Waterfall Empire. She first became interested in the court in the last year when she spotted a post for our virtual Family Day bingo and game event back in 2020. She was quickly and enthusiastically welcomed by the membership and recognized as being a funny, smart, and all-around kind person. Faith is an entrepreneur and has her own profitable business as a Scentsy rep. She offers fantastic deals and great customer service to her clients and works hard doing what she does. She is also proudly in her last year of completing the recreational and leisure program at Conestoga College. In her downtime, Faith enjoys coloring for stress relief. I love that too. As well as cooking tasty snacks and meals and then sharing those with her Facebook friends. She is also a cat mom of two beautiful fur babies, Marmalade and Enzo. She loves to share their bonding and adventures with us all. We are all so grateful to have Faith as one of us, part of our court family. She has made many friends in her short time involved, and we see a bright future for her. So from our hearts, Faith Austin, the Waterfall Empire salutes you.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Faith. Thank you for everything.
And thank you for helping out tonight as well as last week. She's a...
Can you put Faith on the screen real quick?
Can we do that?
I think I can.
Hi,
Faith.
Hello. Well, I did not know that.
Surprise.
No wonder you were asking me questions this week. Between like three of you. You guys were like sending me interesting questions. I'm like, okay.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. As Shannon or Nathan said, thank you so much for doing the comments behind the scenes. It's really important, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Faith. So we are almost at the end of our show. We actually kept it to an hour tonight. That's good for us because usually we just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And we didn't. So let's talk about some of the things we've got coming up in the next little while. Friday nights check-ins, they're back. So this Friday, 7 p.m., that's tomorrow. It will be hosted by me, but the room will likely be started by your ICP, Imperial Crown Princess Ariana Fluvenflagen.
Say that as fast.
Fluvenflagen? Fluvenflagen? Yeah. Spin to Win is also back. We have 3 complete wheels ready to spin, and new prizes will be going up shortly. However, we're going to spin these ones out, and we are going to spin it at our next event, and that is Saturday, and that will be no adult supervision. So again, this is where this could be really dangerous, and it may be the last time we talk.
Or I think it might be the best thing on the internet, to be honest.
It could be. It could be. We might break the internet that day. Hopefully the internet and not a bone or anything of, that I'm going to need in the future. So this is happening on Saturday, which is from noon until 5, where Buck sets the task. I set the donation level. You donate in the audience. And if we reach that level, I have no choice but to do it. It is what it is. I don't know why I agreed to it, but it is happening.
I'm going to be bringing my dollar bills, baby.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there's some people that seem extra special interested in this. January, yeah, I hear the laughter in the background. It's fantastic. January 23rd is our Impetstiture. So we are going to honor our fur members with titles from Princess Ruby and Prince Winston. So get your donations in. It's $10 per pet, and we will honor them with a title in the Imperial Court of the Waterfall Empire. And coming up in February, we have got Dueling Duets produced by our very own ICP, Felton B. Bender. So what we need from you normally, what Dueling Duets is you sign up to play and we assign you a partner. And you don't get to know who that partner is until you're on stage. But because of COVID, we've had to make some alterations. So we're going to have you sign up with someone in your bubble, but then we get to pick the songs. So you have no choice in the matter, and you have to perform the song that we choose for you. Now, to go along with the game, because we are fair, Felton and I have agreed to do a duet, and Ariana will be choosing that song for us. So I have made Ariana do a lot of things over the years. I'm a little concerned that she's not going to be nice. She claims she's not that type of person that won't hold a grudge, but I mean, I would. This is the opportunity. So that's coming up in February.
Wow.
Yeah. A few things. Got a couple things on the go.
Busy. Well, in true Waterfall Live tradition, we're gonna close it off with a performance from the reigning monarch. Everybody at home, again, if you'd like to donate tonight to our charities, for all the Canadians out there, waterfallempire@gmail.com, or to all of our American family members out there, or paypal.me/waterfallempire. Please welcome their most imperial and sovereign majesty, Emprex 27, Nathan Silva Drake.
Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl. A broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. It's through. Fate betwixt the both of you. So come on, baby. Come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Waited on a line of waited on a line just to be
Well, there you have it, folks.
Love that.
Thank you.
I'm loving all the comments in there too. Great.
Can you tell which ones are mine?
Oh, I thought it was Chantel.
No, I'm incognito. Nobody knows it's me. Well, I want to thank you so much, Miss Drew, for co-hosting again with me this week. It has been lovely as always.
No problem. I understand that you're going to be filming here Saturday. I'm going to be working, but the Band-Aids are in the top shelf.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ice is in the
if you could just leave me out some like rubbing alcohol, Band-Aids, possibly some sort of hotline to 911.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
Candy would be helpful. I feel like my blood sugar might drop. I don't know what's happening. I'm really scared.
Candy's under my pillow upstairs. So
all right, excellent.
Don't ask.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And we may or may not see you again soon. Next week. Excellent. Thanks so much, Miss Drew. We love her so much. But that's it for our show tonight. Thank you, everybody, who stuck it out with us. Thank you to our our backstage crew, Chantal, Stephanie, Faith is back there, Katana, and of course, Miss Drew. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. I'm going to take whoever made that comment about me only doing videos from the 80s and 90s rock ballads from this point forward. I think it's a great idea. I already know all the words. But thank you, everyone, for coming. And have a great week, and we'll see you tomorrow night for check-in. So everybody, good night and stay safe. Bye.